I was in the hospital 2 to 3 times within multiple years with pancreatitis, like kind of the worst pain that you can have. I was incredibly sick, and I finally, once I went through my divorce, even
long ago, I was happening to scroll Instagram, and now being kind of on the content creation side of Instagram, I don't get to scroll much, and so it was just an off chance that I was able to scroll, and I come across a video of you guys, and I see you guys sitting in the car. And I don't think I've ever seen a video that could capture my feelings of very first getting into the running world, the fitness world, or anything like that. But y'all are sitting in a car, and you had just, from what I understand, you had just showed up to a run group. And I didn't know this until today, but that was your first day to go to the run group?
Mm-hmm. Yes, ever.
And you guys are sitting there, and the amount of anxiety that I could see going through you guys, and you're sitting there looking through the rearview mirror, and you're sitting there watching, and I believe you, like, oh, they have their shirts off, or it was something like that.
Yeah.
And I was sucked in immediately. There's so many levels to that video for me that hit me on that video. But number one, like, running played this tremendous part in my life and helping me get sober and my mental health and getting physically fit and all these different things. But the hardest thing I ever did was going that first day to a run group. Yeah. And so that's not to mention, like, later in life, then I get into social media, and then I go through the trepidations of putting yourself out there online and fearment of judgment and all this and all that. And you guys encapsulated it all in this one video. And so I could not wait to get a hold of you guys. And then I found out you guys are in San Antonio, and I was like, let's go. This is perfect.
We're close.
So please introduce yourself. Please give a little bit about your guys' background story and, like, what got you guys to that day.
Yeah, for sure. So I am Victoria.
I'm Erin.
We are, like you said, fit and fluffy. We kind of started this back in June of 2023, just kind of recording what we were doing. Mm-hmm. So long story short, Erin and I met 8 years ago. Our ex-husbands were best friends, and we met through them. And after everything happened, we ended up staying best friends, staying together.
Both ex-husbands.
Yeah, both ex.
You guys met each other and then got rid of them?
Basically, yeah.
To get rid of
she was the best thing I got out of the marriage.
I like that.
That's what we like to say.
I like that.
So Erin's kind of went first.
Mm-hmm.
And then a year, and she started her journey a little bit kind of without me.
Mm-hmm.
Fitness journey-wise?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I went through my divorce, and I did hit a little bit of a rough patch. So I thought one day I was just randomly driving. I was like, there's a true fit right there. I'm going to just go sign up and go in there. And I had a couple friends that went to the gym there. So I was like, okay, I'll do that with them. And I tried here and there, but, like, wasn't very consistent in it because I just didn't have that drive at that point. And then Victoria went through her divorce, and I was like, well, why don't you come to the gym with me? So we started doing that, and like she said, we started filming in June 2023, just like more of an accountability, silliness type thing. Wasn't like anything that we thought would be serious in the content we were shooting. And then in July of 2023, I had a very severe volleyball accident, and I completely tore my ACL, MCL, and my meniscus. So that put a hold on a lot. I had to do physical therapy, had to relearn how to walk because of the severity of the injury. And then after some time, she was going through her medical issues, which I'll let her explain.
Yeah. So even prior to that, even when I was married, and then after I was really sick. And I say sick because I had high triglycerides, high cholesterol, high glucose, high everything that you can think of. I was in the hospital 2 to 3 times within multiple years with pancreatitis, like kind of the worst pain that you can have. I was incredibly sick. And I finally, once I went through my divorce, even after, we were drinking a lot, we were doing a lot, like that. I didn't realize how much that was also making it worse. And so it was just, okay, it's time. Like, it's time to take care of something, because I wasn't even 30 yet, and I'd already been in the hospital multiple times, to the point where I could have had a stroke. And I'm just like, I'm grateful and thanks to God I didn't get to that point. But I was like, okay, it's time. And when Erin got hurt, we were kind of getting a little bit more consistent. We're like, okay, we're making strides here. She got hurt, and I couldn't do it by myself, and I was like, oh, this is really hard. Like, I'm doing a little bit here, doing a little bit there. But it was just like, let's move, let's do something so we're not as sick. I'm not as sick because it was scary. I was on medication. They were trying to put me on the Ozempic, stuff like that. With pancreatitis, you can't have that, so it was making me more sick. So just a lot of things behind that.
And all these health problems were from being overweight?
Okay. Yep, everything was from being overweight. I had pancreatitis previously, but everything was specifically that. There was nothing else wrong with me. It was one of those things where it's like, oh, you're bigger, but you're okay, right? It wasn't until you started getting to eating worse, it just got bad over time from being overweight. And so once she got a little bit better, I think it was last year.
Yeah, it was last year, but also once I had that injury, I had went through like another portion of depression from like having to actually sit there and not just go through the motions what I was doing previously.
Right.
So that also triggered us again to get back on the drinking binge and going out and doing all these other things. And finally, just one day, I think it just kind of clicked for both of us. And we were like, this is enough. Like, we need to really take care of ourselves because we haven't been doing that for the last year, 2 years. So that's when she randomly had seen this gym and she was like, hey, it's a private gym that just kind of is newer in San Antonio. I want to go to it. And this is like, this gym, I look at it and I'm like, girl, there's bodybuilders in there. I'm not a bodybuilder. That's insane. You want to go there? She's like, yeah. But our thought process is based on the price of what the membership was. We were like, if we're paying that much, we're going to go. Like, we're not going to just sit there and go to these commercial gyms that are $10 a month and not, be accountable on it. So I was like, okay.
And the thing with this too is that I will put us in situations where I'm like, we'll be fine. It's fine. Like, we're going to be okay. She won't.
She's the optimist. I'm the pessimist in this relationship here.
So yeah, we ended up going. First day was really hard. So we were already a little bit into. We went to commercial gyms, right? So no one really cares about you when you go there. I'm just gonna say that, right? Like, you're gonna go in and that's really it. I will say no one's looking at you ever. Like, that's hard to get past, and we'll get back to that. But commercial gyms are different. So we went to this private gym, and the first person that talked to us was the girl that was at the front desk. Looked us straight up and down. We're on a day pass. Looked us straight up and down and was like, okay.
Do it online.
That's the response we got.
That was the response we got.
Okay. So then we were just like, okay, we did it. She's like, okay, this is what you do, and let us be on our way. Whatever. Like, we'll get through it. It's fine.
We were working out. I was already in a mood because I was like, man, like, I got treated like that, and that kind of sucked, So we were working out, and sure enough, I'm not even kidding you, like 15, 20 minutes later, she's giving a full tour of the gym to two other girls that are more of the aesthetic of the gym. And I was like,
really?
I'm not coming here again. I'm going to do my month here, and I will cancel because no.
We paid for the whole month, so I was like, we got to get through it. There's nothing else we can do. So then luckily the next, I think it was like
2 weeks later, the way the gym was set up was there's a bathroom and they have like mirrors along the wall. She's like, I'm going to go to the bathroom. Just wait out here for me. I was like, okay. So I'm there. Well, this big buff man comes out and he's like, hey, how you doing? How do you think he was trying on some like industrial overalls, like work the gym. What are they like? It
was just the workout.
I don't know. It was like the workout stuff. And he's like, what do you think? Do you think
like
these
the
look good?
suit?
Yeah.
Gotcha.
And I was like, hey, yeah, it looks good. He's like, well, what do you think about this guy? Because he was wearing one that was like 2 sizes too big. And I was like, I mean, it doesn't look too bad, but like maybe roll the sleeves. Maybe it'll look good because they were trying to take photos. And he's like, all right, yeah. And he's like, hey, I've noticed you and your friend have been coming here for the last 2 weeks. Y'all been coming pretty consistently. Like, that's awesome. Like, good for you guys. And I was like, thank you. Like, I appreciated that. And she was like, I hear you talking out there. I'm kind of nervous because I'm not the big talker in the group. Right. She's the one that does all the talking. So he was talking to us, whatever. We left. We went back the next day, and it was like 1 o'clock in the morning we went because this is a 24/7 gym. And he was behind the desk, and I was like, oh, like he works here. He was the owner of the gym. And I was like, I really want to go up to him and tell him thank you because my first experience just wasn't great. But because he approached me and the way he approached me made me want to continue to come.
Yeah.
Because I was like, I can't let one bad experience ruin what I'm trying to do here. Because at this time, like, I am trying to be consistent. I am trying to meet goals and, you know, stay on a good path here. So I went and told him everything. And he was like, wow. I'm so sorry. Like, you are always welcome here. If you ever need anything, please let me know. And that's Adam still at Warhouse, and he has been a great support system and has always been there to, you know, ask how our journey is doing and always check in on us, and he's been great.
Hell yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And it's crazy because, right, had we not been a little bit into it, we talked about the first time, we were already anxious having been to a gym, but then we go in there and it's just like we got that experience, but then we also got to like kind of rewind and be like, okay, let's restart this. A lot of people don't get that opportunity, so we're very grateful for that. But it's still intimidating just going into a gym in general, just like it was for running, which we'll talk about here in a second. But like the actual getting there, going in and having that experience, that's what pushes people away right away. Is like, you already see me and you have this assumption that I can or can't do something based on what you think people like me do.
Right.
People that look like me do.
Right.
So we kept on going. We were at the gym for about 2 weeks, 3 weeks maybe. And I, like Erin said, I saw this ad for a run club here in San Antonio. And for us, right, we're single, we're looking, so we're like, well, let's just go.
Hold on, let me pause you, because let's stay, before we get into the running, I want to stay with the gym for a second.
Yeah.
So I'm always, any show, we end up talking about fitness or the gym like that, I'm always the one that'll sit there and say, like, you know, people, I just said it the episode before, it's like the people, in my experience, like, being a gym person, I wasn't always. I went through that same thing of like, what got me into running and not into the gym was the fact that I didn't want to go in there and feel like I look stupid because I don't know what I'm doing. And at the time, I had a gut out to here. My self-esteem was super low. Like, it was not good. And so I didn't have that experience that you had. But what I always say to people is, like, any like real gym person that sees somebody walking in that's day one, like, I get excited because I'm like, fuck yeah, like, you were in the right place. And I get, you know what I mean? I don't ever want to just go up to somebody like that, but any chance I'll get to be positive towards that person, say hello to that person, just to say hello, just to look somebody in their eye and say hello. Because if you start going to the gym around the same time, you get to know the same people, you get to know your crew, and it ends up being like an accountability family. But people don't ever get through that first uncomfortability. And of course you have some, you know, I'll save all my words, but this desk person, you know what I mean? Like, you're the face of the company when somebody walks through. You should be the most welcoming. Like, yo, you're in the right place. Thank you for coming. So kudos to y'all for walking through that and then seeing what the real gym culture is like. Because any avid gym person, I laughed when you said there's bodybuilders there. Like, most bodybuilder, you'd be hard pressed to find somebody in the gym that's more passionate about explaining an exercise to somebody or how something's done than a bodybuilder.
We've learned that. So while we're at Warhouse, we have met so many friends there.
So many people.
And I'm talking bodybuilders, strongmen, powerlifters. Anybody there is like, hey, you want to do this new exercise? Let me show you how to properly do it.
Right.
And I've had people stop their workouts, come up to me and say, hey, you know, you're doing it right, but slow it down so you can feel it more. Or change the way you, like, widen your stance, or put your shoulders back. Just little tips. And I've learned so much in the gym from them just because they took time out of their day to help me, help us.
And to your point, like, people didn't start already knowing these things.
Right.
And so seeing that and be like, and then coming up to us and just talking to us like that, they're like, I know you're just starting, or it's not even that, it's just, I know where you're at. And I think it's an unsaid thing or to say, I'm helping you because I've been there.
I've been there.
And we luckily, quote unquote, hear that all the time. And we love that. It makes it so much easier to be in there. Like she said, there's so many different people, different walks of life, different ages, all these other things, your little crew, you start to understand and know. And it's been such a great addition to our entire journey being there. Yeah,
and they follow us, and I had one come up to me the other day. She's like, hey, you haven't been in the gym the last couple of weeks. Where you been? I was like, I was sick. I'm getting back into it. I'm so sorry. She's like, I was just making sure because I missed you, you know? And it's
Right.
like, okay.
Because when somebody else catches the bug, whether if it's the gym or the running, you get so excited because you caught it yourself. And so, like, I remember the most honored I've ever been was the first time somebody came up to me and asked me how to do an exercise. I'm like, you think I'm good enough to explain an exercise to you? Like, let me show you.
Yeah.
And so, like, I tell people all the time, like, the people you are most intimidated of in the gym are probably going to be the nicest people on earth, especially when it comes to asking them about diet, exercise, how to do a lift, anything like that, because we all remember what it was like to be the first day. Now you have somebody that genetically was born a skinny little mini and they want to come in and take pictures and that. They don't know what it's like to have gone through that or anything like that, so you don't get that same reaction. But that's not true gym culture. So I'm so excited that you guys had the experience that you did. So you get going in the gym and then you decide what's the initial kick to say, hey, let's go try running now. Because you guys are just, most people conquer one or get through that one world and then that becomes their thing. They don't say, hey, let's go try this new shit over here.
So for me, like I said, I get us into things on accident, but kind of on purpose. So I was
accident.
So I was kind of like, oh, that looks cool too, and that looks cool too. So I saw a flyer for Dreamers Run Club, and they were having this Love Island, I think was at the time, right?
Yeah, it was Love Island.
It was a love run. So you wear black.
Is this how I get my wife into running right now?
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Well,
Cheat code right here.
So, right, you wear black if you're single, you wear a color red or something if you're in a relationship.
Okay.
So we were like, I don't know how smart it is for us to go there, but let's just try it. We don't know what we're going to meet or see or do. So, like, let's just try it. And so the days are coming. We're trying to invite people with us, and everyone's like, no. We don't want to go. Like, we're fine. Like, so we're like,
dang it.
So there's just Erin and I. And
This is the day of the video?
This is the day of the video. So even prior to the video, we're asking people like, hey, like we're sending them the flyer. I'm like, do you want to come with us? Like, no, I don't want to run. It's hot. It was in August of last year. So it was hot. It was gross. Here in South Texas, San Antonio.
And that flyer had so many like likes and comments. Like there was going to be a lot of people there. So we were like, come on, like join us.
She didn't pick any little run group for you to go to. She picked the event.
It was this Dreamers has blown up to be one of the biggest run groups in San Antonio in the past year, and that honestly was probably what really like kicked it off because like Love Island was just so big at that time.
Yeah,
and so she was like, let's do it. And I was like,
I did pick the biggest one. Yeah,
she did.
But also, right, sometimes you're like, oh, if I go to the bigger one, no one's really going to see me because they're all focused on each other. So it's like, if it's smaller, everyone's going to see me. If it's bigger, then no one's really going to see me.
Right.
And so we sat in the car and the video, I was nervous as heck. Like, I put us in these situations, but I'm probably more anxious than she is, but I try to calm her down. So I just randomly stuck the phone up because we had been recording things at the gym. And so I randomly stuck the phone up and let it sit. It was probably like a 10-minute video turned into, 2 minutes, 1 minute. But we sat in the car and literally watched, because we got there early. I'm an early person, so we were like 30 minutes early. So we saw everyone coming into the parking lot, getting off their cars, walking past us, and I'm like, and we really don't belong here. Skinny person, had a running pack on, I didn't even know what you're supposed to use to run at the time. Like, nice shoes, wearing black. And I'm like, oh my God, all these people are single. All these people are skinny. Literally everything we said in the video, Erin was freaking out.
I did not want to get out of the car. I was like, let's go have dinner. Like, let's go do anything else.
Right.
Because at that time, we have this mindset of what a runner should look like, what a gym person should look like, and we were not that. I was not confident in the way we looked, or just like, I mean, we had just really started getting back into the gym, so I was like, I don't belong here. I do not belong here. We need to just go. And that was just constantly going through my mind, and that's why I was like, we're watching these people, and it's like, okay, that girl's so pretty and that man is really handsome, and here I am and I'm not confident in myself. So I was like, we're going through these things and I'm like, oh girl. Then finally I was like, we just need to go. If we're gonna do it, we need to go. Let's go. And so we got out and she started recording me again, and I was like, I don't want to talk to anybody. She was like telling me to fix my face all the time.
We'll walk in and she's excited. Like, can you show that you're excited so we don't look like people will come up to us? Like, I don't want anyone to look at me and be like, just kidding, don't want to talk to you.
So, I mean, we did it, and we got lucky. We were like, you know what? Like, we'll walk this one. And we ended up meeting some friends there. Mm-hmm. And it was fine. At the end of it, we're like, okay, like, it's totally fine. Like, we can do stuff like that. I don't know if I'd go back to a big old group like that, but we can definitely go into like littler groups or walk or maybe try to run, because at that time we weren't even running at that point.
No, we couldn't. I couldn't run a mile last August at all.
I don't even think I could have ran a whole 2 minutes straight.
We look back on the video now, and we've done 2 10Ks. 10Ks. Yeah. Okay. I was like, what is it? 6 miles, 10Ks. Done 2 10Ks, multiple 5 at this point. And so we look back at the video and we're like, man, like we can see, like, obviously the difference. We're back in summer now, the way we were last year, what we looked like, how we felt, like the actual physical portion of it. Yeah. We only walked, I think it was like a mile. We were red, we were sweating, and we were like, man, like, it's been so crazy to see how different just getting out of the car made our entire lives. We posted it because we were like, oh, this is kind of funny. Like, we're being dumb. That's really all it was. That's what we thought initially. It's like, we're being silly. It was a silly video. Like, we're being silly. People are going to see that we're being silly. Like, but we didn't realize the impact that it had at the time. And even watching it now, I'm like, man, like, that I feel it because I was sitting there actually feeling it. That was our video. But we didn't realize how big of an impact that would have on somebody until people started
commenting. And we're reading through these comments, and people are like, you know, that gave me the motivation to go out and do something, because I've been in that situation, and I've been scared, and I've been, you know, talking myself out of it. But y'all got out. Y'all did it. And I was like, I did. Like, I didn't, like she said, see the impact into it until after we started seeing those comments. And I was like, man, like, that was a hard thing, and I can do hard things. Like, we just have to keep going. So, like she said, that video blew up on TikTok. We had gotten over 2,000 followers from that video. We, I think on TikTok, crazy. I think on TikTok it was only like 30-something thousand likes. Now on Instagram, when we posted it 10 months later, we're at 50,000 likes and over, I think, almost 2,000 comments. And, you know, I try to keep up with the comments, but there's just so much on there. But it truly, that one video changed the entire trajectory of our journey, I think, because
you guys are giving me goosebumps.
Well, it's just like, there's been so many times where we try to get, like, to be consistent, and it's just, we just fall off. And so that was in August. We got invited to go to a different run club. We went to one called Endure Run Club that they have every Thursday here in San Antonio. We go to that one, and we do a video there, and it kind of does really good. So we're like, okay, this is kind of cool. But then also, because we have so many followers now, they're like, I can't wait to see more. So it's like, we have to keep doing this, because it's not even for ourselves, but like other people that don't have that motivation, that maybe we can help them get there. Right. Take that first step.
Which in turn only helps you even more.
Right. Exactly.
We're in the middle of our journey. Like, that was the other thing about us recording, is that we see a lot, especially on social media, you see a lot of people have already gotten to their, not end point, but like to the point of consistency, to the point of their transformation has been insane, from, you know, hundreds of pounds, or they look completely different. And what we didn't see as often, I think we're seeing a little bit more now, but what we didn't see as often was the entire journey, like the whole process of it. Right. And that's what we wanted to kind of get to as we started posting more, and people were responding in certain ways, going to additional run clubs, going to other workout classes, things like that. We wanted to be able to provide something that was like, we're literally going through it with you right now. Like, this isn't the end of our journey. We still struggle. We just posted a video the other day of us kind of sitting in the car again, but we had a really rough last month. Like, we didn't feel like we were doing enough. We weren't eating well. We weren't doing a lot of things, and we wanted to be honest in that, like, that's part of the journey, and that's what we wanted to share, because even now, even though we're doing great, we've had this video, we're in the gym consistently, we still have those moments of, I don't know that I can do this.
Right. Yeah.
And that's where we wanted to be like, this is what it is. Don't take the unrealistic, because you can say it all day long. You can say, oh, it's hard, or you can get through it, but until you see it and you see someone going through it and you're like, dang, that's exactly how I feel, then you don't actually take into consideration that they're actually real and that's a real person doing something else.
Right.
And now that's actually changed how we view other people's videos. Like, social media is whatever it is, but when we look at other people's videos as well, we kind of see that real part of it of, I can tell you're being genuine, I can tell you're going through this process, and we're right there with you.
And that's right there is why we connected when I saw your video. Man, you guys, this is getting me emotional because it takes me back to right in those moments. And I can remember, I don't know, we just literally got connected yesterday, but number one, when we were on the phone, I told you guys, like, I'm so mad that I didn't start, I wasn't what we're doing now, like, when I first got sober and everything, I wiped out my Facebook and deleted all those posts. And, you know what I mean? When I was bigger, when I was messed up on drugs and all that. And now I'm like, oh my God, that's a gold mine. Why didn't I keep all that stuff? Because it shows people only know this me. They don't know that me back then. And so the fact that you guys started it now is the most. That's what resonates with people. You know what I mean? That's what caught my attention with your guys' video. And I remember it as I was on my journey and I got involved in running and I got involved in ultra running, and they ended up filming a documentary on my story. And so the first thing they had filmed of this documentary, I went and I did this 100-mile race, and newly sober, like a year and a half sober at the time, and they're doing this documentary. It's the biggest thing in my world, and the first thing they did was the trailer. And so they had set us up with 200 Austin people from the Austin running community. And my story had gotten out there a little bit, but people didn't quite know the levity of it, you know what I mean? And so they just kind of knew me as this ultra runner that had some issues, and they pile us in there, and then they put the trailer on, and in 3 minutes, everyone now knows I'm a 4-time felon, heroin addict, kicked out of the military, family didn't talk to him, you name it. And then the lights came back on, and I was like, what are these people going to think of me? Like, they're not going to want to run with me anymore. They're going to be judging me. They're going to be this. They're going to be that. And I've told this story multiple times, but it opened the floodgates for everybody. Everybody started coming up to me, telling me about childhood trauma and suicide in their family, mental health, substance abuse from them, their direct family, friends, all this stuff. And it taught me this like very valuable lesson where I didn't know this world existed, that we could take these vulnerable moments and use them to help other people. And so it's completely changed the dynamic of social media for me through everything. And it's like, wait a minute, like I could really use this for good, and I could really use this to help a lot of people. And then, you know, I start doing it, and, you know, you take a look at social media, you see the curated version of people all the time. And it's like, man, people might see podcast clips or something I say on a thing like that, but they don't get to see the 24/7 that my wife gets to see. You know what I mean? And they don't get to see that side. And so I don't know if I told you guys this yesterday. I think I did, but I was lifting with a buddy recently, and he was doing belt squats in the gym. Yeah. And he got mad that he failed on a rep. And he's like, oh, and he was ready to delete it. I'm like, no. Like, that's exactly what the post right there. And he didn't understand why. And I'm like, bro, that's what people, failure, people not, you know what I mean, going through these hard things, that's what resonates with people. And so the fact that y'all caught on to that when you did, and the fact that you're doing it like that, like, I hope you understand how many, y'all are just getting started. Thankfully, I got you on here before you blew up. But I'm telling you that because there's more people going through that than there is that are in this top 1% of the, they're on the wall at Golds and they're 3% body fat. Like, that's not real to people. Like, going through that anxiety of sitting in a car, like, I don't think I can get out of this car right now. Like, that's what it is. So,
and the thing is like, whenever we're doing all of this, it's like, it's not even just based on our size. Like, anybody who's the first time in the gym, first time runner, they go through these anxious moments, and they're like, I don't know if I can, I don't know if I should. And it's like, no, you definitely should. Like, if you have the power to even just drive to the gym, or, you know, drive to the park to go run, it's just, I always tell everybody, it's either going to be day one or one day, and it's your choice when you want to make that. And we're hoping that we can get you started on your day one, so that way you can feel better about yourself, or, you know, your mental clarity and everything like that. Because at the end of the day, that's what this all has been for us, is we've gotten so much healthier, not only physically but mentally. Because I mean, we did we did go through a lot, you know, and it's just learning from, you know, past traumas and trying to move forward has been probably one of the best things has happened through all of this,
Right.
you know.
The other thing too is like showing up is one thing, because you can show up. It's and in that I use that because we're sitting in the car and we showed up. Like we're there.
Right.
We drove there.
Right.
The motivation is there. We want to do it. That next step is actually going inside the gym or getting off and getting on in the car, like out of the car. Like that is the piece that people miss because they think, oh well, the showing up is actually going inside. The also showing up is going into the parking lot. Like you're gonna get there. There was one day, and I'll never forget it. One day that Erin and we went to the gym. I was not motivated at all. I was like, I don't want to do it. Dropped her off. I left. I can't get off the car right now. This was even after we had already started.
Yeah.
But there's such a powerful piece of it, to your point, of actually going inside, standing in it, standing in your feelings, standing in what it actually is. Feel it, everything you need to feel, and then go for it.
Right.
And that is the hardest piece of it, and that's what we try to show with everything. Like I said, we did a workout on this past Tuesday because we're doing High Rocks. We signed up for High Rocks Dallas.
That's awesome.
So we got into High Rocks
Another
Dallas.
thing she got me stuck into.
Yeah.
You're a good friend.
Thank you. It's just like, hey, we're gonna go. Like we made it in. We got a ticket. I don't know how that process was crazy, but we got tickets, and so we went and did a track workout with a friend of ours that we met and owns Threshold Company. But
I walked in with the mentality of like I can't do this because if anyone knows what High Rocks is, like that is hard. Even the pros say it's hard. It's not an easy thing, and we did the video of us like just not feeling good enough, not being where we wanted to be, and I was already in the mentality of like this is not going to go well. It's not. And sure enough, I was starting the workout and I was already like, man, I'm tired. I don't want to do this. I want to leave. I want to get out of here. I sat there and I cried. And the entire time she is sitting there, it's fine. You're okay. It's going to be okay. This is a learning thing. This is our first time actually doing a High Rocks workout. Push yourself. It's going to be fine. The whole entire time, I'm behind you. I'm with you. You're not alone in this. And it was just like, okay. And I finally, towards the end of the workout, I was like, I'm tired, but I did it. And I'm so happy that I did it.
Right.
And I'll be back there on Tuesday whenever he has another High Rocks workout, It's just having someone there to help motivate. And, like, I even explained this to a friend of mine yesterday. At this point, it's not even about motivation because I don't always have the motivation to do it. It's about having the discipline, too.
Yeah.
And that is something that I know that I have to have to meet my goals.
Right.
To meet our goals. We have to have that discipline because if not, we're not going to get where we want to be.
Right. That moment right there, you know what I mean? Like nothing in my life that's ever been worth anything, it never came easy. And like I take a look at, going back to, I think about sitting in a prison cell and my mother wouldn't pick up the phone anymore. You know what I mean? And that is was my rock bottom, worst thing in the world. Y'all going through adversity, going through divorces, it's like, why am I going through this? Like, the world is ending and all like that. But that is the kick in the ass we need sometimes for us to actually have the audacity to walk through that uncomfortability and get to the other side. And I think those of us who have gotten to the other side of those moments, all we want to do is turn around and, like, grab people and be like, hey, come over here to this side. Like, I know it's hard and everything like that, but the fact that y'all are doing it together, like, the one thing I always tell people when they want to get involved in with running, because I'm interested to hear your guys' take on it, but it's a lot easier for me to walk into a room and talk people into going to the gym than it is to get them to go on a run. You talk about running, people are out.
Yep.
Right, Jason?
I've always said I'm in, I just haven't showed up.
Right.
One day, I'll be there.
I'm with you.
I'll join
in
you.
Spirit.
Right. Damn, I forgot where I was going with that. I shouldn't have did that. I jinxed myself bringing you in.
You were talking about convincing people to go to the gym whenever you talk to people?
Oh, yeah, but my number one thing with them is, like, do it with somebody.
Mm-hmm.
Like, when you do it with somebody, you're talking with them. You're not focused on, like, every step of this sucks.
Mm-hmm.
And then most people, they get involved in running and they quit before they're even warmed up. Like, there was a time when I was doing ultra running, I'm running 80, 90, 100 miles a week. Every run I did, the first 2-3 miles suck every time.
That's what I tell
Every
everybody.
single time.
Every time.
Get past it. I promise that you'll
Mhm.
get there. Just
Right.
get past that
as
first 2
soon as you get to
miles.
that, and you're like, oh, wait a minute, now my body's moving the way
Yeah.
it's supposed to be moving. Like, I feel like I could do this. And then you start getting through those, like, you know, what's the longest distance y'all have done?
6.2.
6.2.
So far.
So, like, you hit these barriers. I remember that when I got through the 10-mile barrier, like that. When I ran my first 10-mile run, I felt like I could conquer the world. I'm like, I can run forever. Like, and then you start realizing once you have that base of running, it's all mental. Like,
Right.
and then anything you're going through, it's gonna pass. You might feel like garbage on this mile, but the next mile you completely come alive, and you're like, oh man, glad we're through that.
Mm-hmm.
So, that's awesome. What was it more difficult? I feel like I know the answer, but what was more nerve-wracking? Showing up to the gym the first time, or showing up to the run the first time?
The run.
The run.
The run.
Because in the gym, you can hide that you don't know what you're doing. You can't really hide that you don't know how to run.
Okay.
Like, you know what I mean? Because,
Yeah.
like you said, it's mental.
Yeah.
Going to the first one, you're like, I don't really know how far I can run. I
Mhm.
don't know how much I can run. I don't even think I can run. In the gym, you can be like, I can lift a weight. Like,
Right.
it doesn't matter what weight it is. As long as I'm lifting it or doing something with it, that's fine.
Yeah.
No one's going to notice I don't know what I'm doing.
Right.
But if you're running, like, obviously you can see when you're slower, like physically. You can see that you're out of breath. You can see a lot of these things a little bit more when you're running.
Mhm.
And that's why it's so much more intimidating, because running next to a runner, what we thought was a runner,
Yeah.
we're runners now, but running next to somebody that can run is scary.
Yeah.
Lifting next to someone that can lift, you're like, whatever, you can lift a weight. But definitely the running. The
Right.
running was way harder.
Yeah.
Being around that particular community.
I remember showing up so self-conscious of myself. I was newly sober, and I show up, and these dudes are tan, and they got their shirts off, and they're all chiseled, and I'm like, oh my, I'm not. And then I'm running with a shirt on, and it's all sticking to me because it's 120 degrees in Texas and all that.
That's how we felt. Like, I was in a t-shirt like she's wearing. I had leggings on. I had my knee brace on because I was only a year post-op for my knee surgery. And these girls are out there in their sports bras and short shorts, and I'm like,
I had a long sleeve shirt on.
Really?
In the middle of
Yeah,
August, yeah. I
Yeah.
mean, it was thin, but it was a long sleeve shirt. I was like, no one's going to look at me. I don't want them to look at
yeah.
me. It was scary.
It was just, that was intimidating because we were like, oh man, like, we don't look like that, but we're out here, we're trying to do the thing. It is what it is.
We actually didn't run our first 5K until November, so we did the turkey trot here in San Antonio.
And we didn't even run it.
We
We walked it.
Okay.
with my dog. And then 2 weeks later, a week before the San Antonio Rock and Roll Marathon, we were like, well, let's do the 10K. So we signed up to do the Rock and Roll 10K.
And that was the worst race I've ever done in my life. And it had nothing to do with the distance, really. Because we would run, and then we'd walk, and then we'd run and walk, and it was fine. I was fine with it.
Yeah.
It was 43 degrees, but felt like 34 because of the wind chill. And then it poured rain.
Oof.
So we were freezing cold
And it got
wet.
windy.
And it got windy. And at one point, my lips are completely purple. I'm shivering, and I'm having this panic attack. And I'm like, I can't do anything. She's like, you just have to run. We were at this point at the mile 5 marker. She's like, you have a mile, 1.2 left. Just do it. I was like, oh my God, okay. But even before, like when we took off, we were like, at this time we were listening. Wicked was super in at that point. And so we listened to Defying Gravity twice to finish our 1 mile. So it was a 7-minute song. We listened to it twice to finish 1 mile.
Right.
And we were like, this is it. Like, this is cool. Then, we kind of take our turns. And it just, once that rain happened, and I completely shut down. But she had to come back, and she was like, no, like, we're not giving up. We're so close. Just finish it. And sure enough, we did. And I was like, okay, that wasn't too bad. Afterwards, I felt fine. I called my parents. I was so excited because I've always hated running. I've never been a runner. I've always been slow. And so my parents were excited for me. And then after that, we were just like, let's do more races. We were doing more 5Ks. We traveled to Nashville to do the Rock and Roll 10K over there. And that was the first time I actually ran the full 6 miles without stopping. That was slow, but I did it. So, I mean,
What also helped us is that, so I started training with Brie Aguilar here in San Antonio. She also trains out of Warehouse. Literally the day before the 10K, she kind of helped me get ready. When it came to the end of December, she was like, hey, January 1st, I'm going to start this thing called 75 Hard.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, what's that? And so she kind of told me what it was, about the 2 workouts, the indoor, outdoor, the reading, the diet, the water, like everything that encompassed 75 Hard. So I was like, well, we're kind of doing that already. Like, we'd go to the gym, we'd go to Run Club and walk, right? So I kind of, okay, let's do it. I remember telling Erin, I was like, hey, I think I'm going to do this with my trainer. I think you should try it if you want to. Cool. The conversation.
I said no. I instantly, I was like, there's no way. I was like, I can't. I like my sweets too much. Can't. Sorry. No. I'm not going to do it. And so January 1st came. She's like, hey, I'm going to go to the gym. You want to come? I was like, sure. So I go to the gym. She's like, okay, I'm going to go outside and I'm going to go walk. You want to come? Sure.
She did the whole shit without realizing it?
Yes.
The whole first day without realizing that
the whole
she
day.
did it.
And she was like, so how was day 1? And I was like, what? There's no way. And she was like, yeah, you did it. And I was like, all right, I guess 74 days isn't too bad.
Yeah. So
we ended up doing it for 93, 94 days.
We ended up going because it
Longer.
was...
And you did more.
Yeah.
We did more than
Let's
75.
So for myself, like, Lent happened right in the middle of 75 Hard. So I was like, you know what, as a sacrifice, my Lenten sacrifice, I was going to go ahead and continue during Lent as long as I could,
Badass.
at least sticking with it. And so sure enough, we went as far kind of where we could to continue doing what we were doing for 75 Hard. I still kind of kept some of it, but we got to 93 days where finally we was like, I think we need to rest, like at least rest this one day, because we were going every single day, twice a day, 45 minutes, indoor, outdoor, during winter in Texas, which is also very different because it's humid and gross. I'm sweating. So so transformation-wise for both of us was insane.
Yeah.
And that was actually when it clicked for us that discipline is over motivation. Like, having to do every single thing on that checklist every single day, no cheat meals, no alcohol, no nothing. Our families looked at us like we were crazy at times. Then my sister and her boyfriend actually started 75 Hard while we were doing 75 Hard. So it was just a crazy experience to actually understand how much our bodies were able to accomplish. Because with the gym, right, we made it in. With running, we made it in. Like, we got it. We're okay. This piece of it was such a mind shift that I didn't realize that we both needed. Because we could have kept going. Like, someone just asked me the other day, how do you keep going? And I said the same thing that Erin said, discipline over motivation. The days you don't want to do it, those are the days that you have to show up. And because those are the days that you want to sit down and do nothing and just curl in a ball and be like, I don't want to do this.
Those are the days you need it most.
Yep,
yeah,
exactly. And we didn't realize that until we did 75 Hard. I lost 30 pounds. And the difference in 30 pounds, like, you pick up a weight that's 30 pounds, I'm like, man, I weighed this much more 3 months ago.
Yeah.
That's crazy. And Erin felt good after. I know she was mad at me for making her start, but I think it was 25 pounds,
26, 27,
something like that. So we were very close in what we lost. And then as far as just like getting faster, we've gotten 2 to 3 minutes faster per mile.
Yeah, I think when I ran my first like all out mile for the very first time, I was like 17 and a half minutes. That's how long it took me. Now I just did an all out mile just a couple weeks ago, and I was 12:51. So like hers is even faster. She's freaky fast. I'm not. I try to keep up with her, but no, that was like a big shift. Like, and like she said, like our families thought we were crazy. Like I remember going to restaurants with my family, and I have my scale to weigh my food. Like when it would come out and be like, okay, this is how much I can eat. This is what I'm putting in my FitnessPal. And they would just be like, are you seriously doing this? I'm like, I am so serious. Like, we're not messing this up. Like, they would try to, like, my cousin would like kind of make little jokes here and there. And I'm like, I'm not doing it. I'm not gonna cheat. I'm gonna stick with it. And then it was like the first 2 weeks where they're kind of like giving me little jokes here and there. But then afterwards they were like, I'm so proud of you. Like, I felt like that was like a shift for like friends and family. Like, they were like, you're really taking this to a whole new level. And
serious.
like, I have nothing but good to say about you. Like,
Right.
it's just, it was a big change. And going from a year before going on drinking binges and, you know, partying all the time to where now I'm not drinking at all, going to the gym, going running, weighing my food. Like, it was a whole different shift.
Yeah. It's funny as you're saying that, I'm sitting there drawing the parallels with addiction, stuff like that. And so you see somebody repeat the same behavior, whether it's an unhealthy behavior with food or unhealthy behavior with drugs, and then you get sober, and then I've conditioned my family to not believe me, because for years I was, it's going to be different this time, I'm going to be sober this time, and they always wait for that other shoe to drop. And so I imagine your family sitting there like, are you really going to do this?
Yep.
Like, we know in a couple of days or a couple of weeks, but then you stick with it, and they're like, oh, wait a minute, this is the new them. And when you get latched on to something like that, and it becomes like, it's such a rewarding thing, like when you actually embrace that discipline and you stick to it, like those are the wins. And that's what people don't understand, where it's like, I walked out of this restaurant feeling good because I turned down that cheesecake, or because I didn't get the burger, or whatever it was. Like, in the moment it sucks, but when you're walking out, you're like, I did that right there. So that's awesome.
Yeah, there would be days where I'd be like, because like I said, I'm a sweets person. I was like, I need something sweet, and she'd be like, come over. I saw a deal for Greek yogurt, and you could do fruit and everything, and I was like, okay, I'm good. That was my, like, it satisfied me. And we learned different things on how to cook different meals, like the same meals that you felt are like your like safety foods, or like just your what's
comfort
the word?
food.
Your comfort food, yes.
Right.
And we learned how to make those, but in a healthier way. And it's gotten to the point where our mind has shifted so much that I prefer it more that way than it was originally made.
Right.
And it's been a crazy thought to even think that would ever happen. But I mean, here we are now, you know? I
can remember I was literally sitting in drug and alcohol treatment, and I was never a runner growing up. And so I get into running, and I start catching the bug, and then I start paying attention to food and stuff like that. And I remember reading a book, and the one thing I took out of the book was about making like small lasting changes. And so I remember I always joke that, like, I used to drink coffee and I wouldn't stop pouring the sugar until the spoon would stand straight up. I borrowed that off of a movie, but True Romance. Have you guys ever seen it? Incredible movie. It's Quentin Tarantino's first movie he ever wrote. You should check it out. But it was just all cream and sugar. And so I remember having the day where it's like, I'm an addict. I go all in on things. And so for me to sit here and say, like, all right, I'm done with sugar. Like, sugar's in everything. You're not just going to be done with sugar. So it's like, all right, from right now, small lasting changes, I'm going to change my coffee. And so from now on, no more sugar in my coffee. And so it's just cream. And I drank that for a week or two, and it sucked, and I didn't like it. But then eventually it was like, all right, now I'm good with this. This is the way coffee tastes. And it's like, now I'm going to get rid of the cream. And so now it's black coffee for a couple weeks. And then I get used to that. And now on the off chance I accidentally like grab my wife's coffee, who likes cream and sugar in her stuff, I drink. I'm like, ugh, like, how could you taste that? But like, your taste buds change. You become accustomed to those things. I remember when I was running all my miles and doing all my stuff, I would come home and I'd eat 2 pints of ice cream a night. And people were like, oh, it's cool. You just run it off. And it's like, I'm an addict. Like, I go hard when I go. So 2 pints of ice cream a night, no matter how many miles you're running, not good for you.
Right.
But I remember to kick that, I discovered I would do peanut butter and cream or ice. And it's obviously not the same.
Sounds really good.
Not even, it's not the most healthy or anything like that, but it was enough of a sugar, you know what I mean, to curb that appetite, where then that became my nightly treat, was like peanut butter and cream or ice. And it's like, I'd rather do this than be eating 2 pints of ice cream every night.
Yep.
So
Because you know where you're going to end up with that.
It's just always need that
You're going to end up with 2 that day, and then the next year you're going to do another 2, and then the next year maybe you're going to try to eat more. And that was the learning experience, especially for me, where I was like, especially because I was so sick, and you only really get sick like that based off of how you eat, especially your triglycerides. That's what that is. It's how you're eating. And so I didn't realize what I was doing. Like, there was moments that I'd sit in my car and eat fast food. Like, get it, sit in my car, eat it, go inside. Didn't happen. Didn't happen. It's fine. And it took 75 hard, and me being with Bree on twice a week to be like, how'd you do? How's it going? How are you feeling? There was a lot of mental things in that moment with me and food where I was like, why is this so hard? Like, I didn't, to your point, and as you're talking through it, I'm like, man, it is an addiction. It's something that you can get even from an emotional standpoint, a mental standpoint, like that is comforting.
Yeah.
And that was a big change. Like there was moments where I'd like cry and be like, this is changing my whole brain. There was a lot of things that happened in that time frame where I was either clarity or something that I needed to go through, that I didn't realize that 75 hard would do at all. At all.
And my life is very different now, but I know, like, I'll notice it. I just recently went there. I was going out to California. I was going to go do this big show that I was on, and everything was great. And then I immediately realized I started self-sabotaging by eating shitty food. Like, I know I'm going to go out and be on camera. I know that, like, I'm going to go do a workout. My shirt's going to be off, all these things. And here I'm eating pizza and ice cream, and then I'm feeling cloudy, and then I'm feeling depressed, and then I eat more of that. And then you realize how, like, interconnected these things are. And it's like before it would have been heroin or something wild. Now, at least it's pizza and ice cream. But I'm literally still, addiction-wise, in that same brain of self-sabotaging myself, knowing this good thing's coming out. Just because, like, your lizard brain, I learned this in therapy recently about your lizard brain, but it always wants to keep you comfortable and keep pulling you back to what's comfort. And so we know it's not good for us, but we'll literally be like, let's roll the dice on this, see what happens. So
we have that conversation pretty often. Even now, like, there's times where I'm like, Erin, help me, like, get me out of this brain, so that way, because I need someone to know. I think that's the other thing, right? Like you said, us doing it together, like, when you do it by yourself, you think by yourself, you're going to automatically choose the decision that you think is best for yourself. That decision isn't always the best decision. So having each other to talk through it, make the change, make sure I don't go through it, like, that's been a super big help of, hey, calm me down, bring me back to earth. If it's not Erin, like I said, it's Bree, my trainer. She's been working with us for a little bit now, and so it's just like, please bring me back. Like, I know it's there. I'm grateful to be
aware.
That's the word, self-aware of it. But even then, it's still hard. I'm like, get me out of this, please help me. But it's helped us a lot.
And that's so much of the theme of this podcast, and I end up talking about it every episode, but the importance of the people you surround yourself with. You know what I mean? Like, the people that truly love you or tell you the things you need to hear, not what you want to hear. And it's like having those people that truly love you. You know, not saying these other people don't love you, but people that are comfortable in their lives, comfortably eating that way, and, you know what I mean? They don't want to see somebody go on and lose weight or get more healthier like that. So it's like, oh, come on, you could do this one time. You know what I mean? Same thing with drugs, same thing with food. So the fact that y'all are surrounding yourselves around each other and trainers and people in the gym and stuff like that, like, the rub of that is only going to be positive.
The community has been, I say this over and over again, but has been so great. We're so grateful for how we've been welcomed. And we try to be that for other people. Like, we started our own little walk club at the beginning, run walk club at the beginning of each month, so that way people can feel comfortable to come to something that's similar to them. But as we started the running community, we didn't realize what that would entail. And when we started going to multiple run clubs, people started to recognize who we are. When we went to, I still remember we went to Endure, and they came up to us and they're like, hey, how are you? How are you doing? How's it going? We're like, oh, good. Like, why are you talking to me? Like, why are you talking to me? There's other people to talk to. Go talk to them. Like, why are you talking to me? But as we've continued, it has been so detrimental to how we continue forward is the community that we've built, because they've kind of built us to where we are now. Because had they not believed in us, I don't think that we would have ever believed in ourselves the way we do now.
Right.
And even then, even though we struggle now, it's been so big in how we've gotten to where we are. Like, I'll mention this too. So when we submitted the applications for we're running the San Antonio Marathon, half marathon. Let me take that. Running the half marathon at the end of the year, our very first one. We signed up a while back. I think it was back in January, February. There was an option for the ambassador program. So we were like, their theme is every step tells a story. So it was like, well, we have a story. Like, we have something that's can resonate. We know it can resonate just because we've been told that. So might as well. So we talked to a few friends. They're like, no, y'all should do it. Like, people also in the running community that are also applying. Like, no, do it.
People
apply.
that we hadn't even said anything, they're like, are you applying? We're like, oh, well, we didn't think about it, but maybe.
Right.
They just wanted us to tell our story.
Yep. So we told our story, did the application separately, but still obviously very similar stories, added that in there, and then 2-3 months later, once we got back from our 10K in Nashville, we got an email saying that we got the ambassadorship. So Erin and I are ambassadors for the inaugural San Antonio Marathon.
Let's go.
Yeah, so super excited, super cool. Man, that community too has been, we're only
It's insane.
a month in, and we also are within another group called Downtown Run Group.
You guys are in all the run clubs.
yeah.
You're making me feel
Yes.
lazy.
No.
No, it's how we've been able to be so consistent is because there's so many. There's one every day.
Yep.
Yeah.
No matter
and
where
it-
you go, there's one every day.
Morning or
And
night.
it goes back to when we did 75 hard. It's because we had to fit in a 45-minute indoor workout and a 45-minute outdoor workout. So we were like, okay, well, Dreamers is on Monday. We'll go to Dreamers. And then Downtown Run Group is Tuesdays and Saturdays. We'll do them. And then Wednesday was typically like something we would do. And then Thursdays was Endure. And then Friday morning was Dreamers again. And it's just like all these different run groups that we'd find. That's how we ended up getting so big into the running community. It was mainly during that 75 hard process.
Right.
Kind of had no choice to be outside.
Yeah.
So we were like, well, let's be outside with other people that are
Yeah.
outside.
Yeah.
Because if we're doing it by ourselves, even sometimes when it's just us two, we're like, I don't want to do that.
Yeah.
So we were like, let's just go with somebody else. So yeah, we're a part of a lot of them.
Yeah. That's literally how my stuff started, was getting involved in one, and then I met somebody from there, and
Yep.
they run on this
Yeah,
this
that's
night, and then I go
exactly.
do, and then we do long runs on Saturdays, and that's how you built on it. But I mean, I try to scream it from the rooftops. Like, the running community is like the greatest networking group of people on planet Earth. Like, I did not know. I know somebody for everything. People, you show up. I feel like all these people have their shit together. They don't. Like, they're normal, everyday people just like us. All these things I was so intimidated about, they're all going through the same thing. They all had their very first day. But the running community is like the biggest cheat code that I've ever found in life.
Oh, yeah.
It's so powerful.
Absolutely. I tell Erin all the time, like, I'm the talkative one. Again, I get us into trouble. I mean, good trouble. It's all been good trouble.
Right.
Yeah.
But I'm the one, I will talk to a brick wall. So if I see you standing there and I'm like, I feel like we can find one thing that we can resonate on together. So I'll
Right.
talk to that person. That brings me to the next person, who brings me to the next person, who, like, oh, I know this person that does this, and oh yeah, they go to Run Club with me.
Right.
And so now it's going to turn into, oh, I'm at Run Club because of you.
Right.
And that's been such a cool experience too. And so for Downtown Run Group, we met the people who started it. So right now Santino is the one that kind of runs it a little bit with Bo, and Mr. Bo was the first one to have a conversation with us to tell us that we were runners. I wouldn't have ever said, even now sometimes, that I'm a runner. He was like, you've started a running career, right? We were like, really? And
No
he was
way.
like, yeah, you're here. Like, you
Yeah.
made it. And then he found someone else that had a similar story to us, where they started overweight and on their journey because they were sick or in the hospital. And I was like, there are people like us. Like, we're not the only ones. And the running community has been the biggest community with the most people that have started very, very similar to our journey. And that has been the biggest consolation and kind of our safety net in running, is that we now know that so many people started where we started, and they only are there because they took that first step.
Yep.
Right.
And I would have never known had we not even tried to actually continue running. We could have just gone to that one, run club and be like, okay, we're done.
Right. Most people would have stopped there.
But it was just that continuous, like, let's keep going, let's keep trying, let's meet new people, that has led us to where we are today. And, being ambassadors for a running event.
Right.
The first one.
And not just some small running event
No.
either. Like that San Antonio Marathon.
Yeah.
Their inaugural marathon. It's so crazy to, like, even now we're like, can't believe we're actually doing this. Like, sometimes we're like, did they really pick us? But it's been, even with the ones that we've kind of talked to, our other counterparts, we love listening to their stories and how everyone has gotten to where they are.
Right.
It is the absolute coolest thing.
Oh yeah. I remember, as I got into the running community, I started off in road, and then I kind of transitioned into trail running. And I'm not sure about San Antonio, but I'm pretty sure that the cultures are very different. Have you guys done much trail running?
No.
So trail.
I'm too clumsy for that.
He's like, I'm
too
going to
clumsy.
convince you, and then
No.
you're going to convince Erin.
I know which one I need to talk to first.
I'm gonna put a wall here.
I showed up. I remember showing up to the running groups, and it's much like you're saying. Everybody had their Garmin watches and their Nike Vapor Fly Maxes and their Lululemon this. I was broke at the time. Like, I didn't have money for all that stuff. I bought a refurbed watch online, all that. But then I showed up to the trail running community, and it's the only way I can describe it is it's just like the blue collar version of running. Right? Nobody cares what you got on. All they care is you're going to run crazy miles.
Right.
And so the way. Nothing. I love road running. I love running all in general. But the way I describe it to people is like, you could be running a road race, and like when you run a road race, everybody's like serious and like locked in. When you show up at a trail race, everybody's locked in and ready to be competitive, but they're talking at the line, they're talking shit, everyone's laughing, and the way I describe it is like in a road race, you could be running and you could trip and fall down and break your ankle, and some dude's gonna step over you and be mad that you messed up his pace time. But on trail running, you could be out there running, and there could be like 4 elite trail runners, and you could slip a little bit, and there's 4 people ready to catch you.
Right.
And so, like, being at that vulnerable position in my recovery or my life at the time, that's just kind of where I transitioned into. And then I got all involved in that world and running really long races, and then went back over to the road running world. And then I show up to the line, I'm like talking shit at the light, and I'm like all live, and everyone's like real serious and locked in. I'm like, you guys are kind of boring. Like, let's liven this up. What are we doing? But the cultures all together are so, once you get involved in it, like, it's all in your own head. It's so positive. People, I can't wait for you guys. You guys haven't run a marathon or like been in that atmosphere yet?
No.
Just the 10K.
This is our first half marathon that
The
we're training
biggest
for.
event, I mean, when we did Rock and Roll San Antonio, that was pretty big. But in Nashville, with Rock and Roll Nashville, they did the 5K, the 10K, and then an hour later was the half and the full marathon. So there was so many people there. So that one was a bigger atmosphere, I would say. Whereas, at the end of the year, we're going to be doing our first half marathon.
Right.
So that one's going to be a bit of a different experience. And then also we've heard different things about even with High Rocks, like you're running your kilometer between exercises, and they have people cheering you on. And so that's also something that we look forward to seeing, is like how that community is going to be.
I want to do a High Rocks too, so I'm super excited you guys are doing one because I want to get into it. But I can't wait until you guys I don't know what you guys have experienced thus far, but usually in a road marathon, half marathon, that's more where you're going to get the people out cheering you on with the funny signs. And you know what I mean? There was I ran the Austin half marathon with a group of my people, and we're all sober and all that stuff, but I mean, there's people sitting in their front yards. They have tables full of beers with people. They got snacks. They got this. They got that. And as we were running, there was 3 young guys in front of us. They were college guys, I'm sure. But there was this one yard where they had 3 bottles of liquor that they were holding up for people, and then they had beers on the table. And this dude went and he ran and he grabbed 2 beers. He shotgunned a beer. This is all while running. Went down the line, took 3 shots, and then had his other beer and cracked it and was running with it. And we just ran by. I was like, bro, you are a legend.
That is insane.
You are a legend.
And see, we experienced that a little bit in Nashville because they did have people set up with like Jello shots and all that stuff. But at the time, we were still sober because we were still doing the 75 hard. So we were like, I'll see you later.
Yeah,
maybe.
Don't part. I'm not telling you to partake.
No, it's just crazy to watch. It's just cool.
Yeah.
The fun atmosphere. And then I remember like my first road marathon, I hit a real hard wall at mile 20. And it's like, oh, man, you still got 6 more miles to go and all that. But you come down, at least in Austin, you come down that final straightaway, and it's like the entire city is out there cheering you on. It's like, I can't be tired right now.
Yeah.
Like, I got to go. And it's just, just the race atmosphere. I'm sure when you guys, my first race ever was the Turkey Trot, Austin Turkey Trot.
That's funny.
Which is huge. Like, there's so many people there. And it was like the biggest realization moment for me ever, where I'm sitting there on Thanksgiving, I'm newly sober, and we go to run this race. I'm like, I didn't know people did this on Thanksgiving.
That's how we were last year.
I asked
when
my
we did our
friend,
first 5K.
And I got done, I'm like, I can do this every year? Like, this is the best Thanksgiving ever.
So cool. We had so much fun. I was like, why don't we do this all the time?
That's what I'm saying.
People are, I always, you see the memes, I'm like, oh, you're in a turkey trot family and this and that. I'm like, yeah, now if anyone's here, we're going to be a turkey trot family. I don't really care.
If you haven't run a turkey trot, get out there and run a turkey trot. Like,
super cool.
I feel like I earned my dinner that day.
Right.
Like,
I was literally about to say that.
Felt all accomplished. I was like, yeah.
I know that's not the healthy way of thinking about exercise and food and stuff like that.
For
but
that
it feels
day.
rewarding.
Yeah.
When you go back for that second second round of pumpkin pie or something like that. You don't feel quite as guilty.
Yeah, no, this is a fun race.
So we got the San Antonio marathon, half marathon on the horizon for you. What else are y'all destined for? Where are you guys thinking about taking all this? Your newfound stardom.
I think from my perspective, it's still just trying to be as influential as we can to get people that are plus size to go to something, to just get there, to feel it, to move. Because I don't think people realize how much they can actually move their body until they do it. And that's a big part of what we are wanting to accomplish, is doing something different. So that way people of all walks of life, like let's just say like Erin hurting her knee. Like I know someone that's just going through that, can't run right now. So I want it to be realistic in that like there's still other things that you can do with your body, and that's kind of what we want to try to accomplish. I think I want to keep running though. I like running. That's my thing.
Is that your thing?
That's my thing. I love running. Like I will run forever. I think again, not super fast, but I'm getting faster.
Yeah.
But once I get to a certain point in my mind where I'm like, all right, I'm good. We're gonna keep going. I want to keep doing that. Erin, on the other hand,
I have a love-hate relationship.
Okay.
I love running. It's brought in so much great things for me. What I hate is that what it does to my knee, which has been a mental challenge within itself. But I have grown to love it, and I will continue to run. I will continue to do it for fun. But I also do like lifting weights. So I have been looking into like strongman competition or possibly even powerlifting if I can get to that point. But like she said, my goal is to continue to motivate others and just get them out there, because what we wanted to do, of course, was share our story throughout the entire time. Not to where we got to our goal and then we're like, oh, okay, this is where we're at now. It's more of this is what we're currently doing. I can share the good, I can share the bad, I can share the vulnerable, and let everybody know, like, running is for everybody. It's not for the people that are super thin and fit. It's everybody, it's every pace, and we continue to, preach that, because not everyone wants to believe that.
Right.
And it took us a while to really grasp that and understand where you can take off from it. So.
And I think the possibilities are almost endless in what we can also accomplish. And I don't put a specific goal in it, because from what we've done now is nothing we ever thought that we could have done.
Right.
So as we continue the journey, I feel like as patient as we can be, we're talking about patience this week, her and I, but as patient as we can be in understanding it's not our plan, so we're just going to go with what comes to us. And so as long as we're patient, helpful, understanding, motivating, inspiring, whatever we can be, those are our goals now. It's just to continue to do that, and whatever blessings and opportunities come from that, I think that we'll take those and run with them.
You're speaking my language. Everyone, people have sat in that chair and they're like, well, what's your 5-year plan? What's your 10-year plan? And this, I'm like, much like you said, I didn't know I was ever going to make it this far. And so all I do is try to focus on putting good energy out in the world and helping people, and I keep getting blessed and good things keep happening. And so I just always make sure I give credit to God, because it's not me. He's doing stuff for me that I couldn't do for myself, and we're just going to keep riding this wave.
Yep.
So I want to invite you guys any Saturday that you might be able to get up to Austin to please come to my run group. The entire reason it exists is much of what we're talking about today. It's for the people that were scared to ever jump into a run group like that. I want to be that bridge for people, because I know exactly how it was to show up that first day, much like y'all's video, and go through that anxiety and walk through it. And so I just want to be that bridge for people. And so we have regular runners come out, we have day one runners come out, people bring their dogs, push their kids in strollers, but the overarching goal of everything is community. Like, that's what it's all about. All you got to do is show up, and I tell everybody we do 4 miles. I guarantee I can get you through 4 miles, and you're going to feel great when you're done. It doesn't matter if you've never run a step. If we got to stop and walk, we got to stop and walk. Nobody blinks an eye. Everybody knows what we're there for. So if you guys could ever find the time, I would be honored for you guys to come up for a Saturday.
For sure.
We'll shoot a cool video and everything about it. So I'll see you guys tomorrow morning at 7:30. Jason, see you there, bub. See you there.
We got to go. Jason's got to go.
we're saying this live on air, so we got to go with it now. But seriously, anything I could ever do to support y'all, like I would love to do more stuff with you guys. You guys embody everything that this show is about, everything my journey has been about, and so I could not be more proud to be sitting here with you today. I could not be more proud for you guys to tell your story on here, and I hope it helps countless people.
No, we appreciate the support. I'm not the crier. She's the crier. Now you're making me cry. But we appreciate it because talking through it gets easier to talk through, and there's obviously things in your head that are going on as we have a conversation. But like I said, we're extremely grateful for any opportunity that we're blessed with. You're talking about a plan. Like, I was always a planner. I'm going to plan. This is what's going to happen. When your plans break and you don't realize how to deal with that, you start to accept whatever comes to you. And as we sit with patients, as we were talking about it this week, then you realize that things are worth waiting for. And doing something like this was never in our plan, but it happened quickly, and we appreciate the support.
Hell yeah.
It's the best.
Love that. So I got two last things for you. One, somebody's listening to this story right now, and they've heard you guys' story, but they're suffering. They're having a tough time getting that first step into going to that run group or the gym. What's your advice for them?
Get out of the car. Get out of the car.
That's fire right there.
That's our favorite thing to say. I knew she was going to say it too. I wanted to let her say it.
Do you guys have that on a shirt yet?
No, we're actually. It's funny. We just released like a order form for our first merch
Did you really?
today.
Yeah.
This morning.
I don't even know what they say, but I need one.
It's our logo, fit and fluffy.
It has
love
two
it.
girls with
barbell with their disco balls.
I love it.
It's really cool.
Get out of the car. That needs like
Get out of the car.
What's David Goggins? Stay hard. Get out of the car. That's your guys' stay hard right there.
Honestly, because I mean, had we not, none of this would have happened. None of this. I don't think that it would have caused a ripple effect to do Turkey Trot, to do Rock and Roll San Antonio, to do 75 Hard, to do Rock and Roll Nashville, to do High Rocks, to be ambassadors for the San Antonio Marathon. It's just everything trickled from that one time of getting out of the car.
Get out of the car.
That's truly what it was.
To add to that, do it scared.
Yeah.
If you wait until you're not scared, you're never going to do it.
Man, that is so good. That's got to be on a shirt. Hurry up and put it on a shirt before somebody steals it. That's so good. All right, last question. If you guys were walking out for the UFC Women's Championship of the World tonight, what's your walkout song? What is that one song that gets you fired up?
Together or separately?
Either. Do you guys have a get ready song when you're going to get after it?
No.
I'm so dumb. The first song that comes up is Defying Gravity. Because
I was going to say the same thing.
Who's it by?
It's from Wicked.
It's from Wicked,
Okay.
Defying Gravity.
So Defying Gravity. Basically,
so
it's just
funny.
like, so
That's hilarious, at least for running.
we chose that song because, of course, it's long, but
The
also
7-minute one you got, okay.
We have two personalities.
The song based theme is basically like, it doesn't matter where you're at, or someone could be holding you back. You do that, and you get out there and you do what you know is right and what you feel is going to benefit you and serve you. So that's basically what that song is. But that's what came to my mind right now, just
perfect.
because like, if we're like kind of like trying to push ourselves, we're like, come on, put on Defying Gravity. I remember we were doing a Stairmaster challenge, and that's the last 7 minutes. We're like, Defying Gravity, hurry up, turn the speed up, and let's go get our steps in.
It is not. It's a theater song.
It's a musical.
It's great. it's the best thing. That's so funny. I thought the same thing.
Hey, it's what motivates you. That's what's up. I love it. Well, ladies, thank you guys so much. I'm honored to have you all on.
Thank you for having us.
Of course. The way we like to wrap up the show, if you'd be so kind, if you take a look into that camera, and then does she look into the middle camera?
Yep.
Right.
The one on the side.
The one on the side right here.
Okay.
So you look into that one, and then you look into that one whenever you guys want to. And if you'd be willing to throw out some I am statements to let